Hi and welcome back to the Big Knit Energy YouTube channel. My name is Sami and this is episode 44 of my fiber podcast. Today I have a couple of finished objects for you, and I am finally working on my Tesselated pullover, so that's pretty exciting. I also have a couple acquisitions, not as many as like last episode, but still. So let's just get started. I will start with some smaller finished objects first, and then I'll show you guys my slightly bigger one, but still a small object. First is I have, let's see. I feel like I'm missing one. I have 8 finished crochet squares. Am I missing one? No, I added one into the blanket already, so I think that's it. Maybe. But I have 8 finished crochet squares. These are from Crafted by the Fates Minis. It's from a summer set from over a year ago called Vacay in the Tropics. And I had already crocheted up the 2 pink ones, a deeper pink and then a light pink. And these are the other 8. So I have like light purple, like indigo-y type of purple, a lighter blue, a darker blue, a lighter yellow, darker yellow, and a lighter orange and a darker orange. So then I also had a lighter pink and a darker pink. So I'll weave the ends in and block those so I can add them to my blanket. The next finished object is a crochet bandana. I still need to block this. I mean, I actually don't know if I'm gonna block it because I would like to mail it tomorrow. I'm mailing this to my niece for her birthday. Her birthday is in a little over a week, so I could probably block it and still have time to send it. But I also have a pair of socks I knit for her a long time ago, which are, not that I need to show them, but these are the socks. And this is in I Would Tie Dye for You by Pretty Twisted Yarns. And this crochet bandana pattern is a free pattern. I will link it below, but it's really easy to follow. I really like this pattern. This is in Mace of Skeins yarn in the colorway Marigold. And I don't know, I think I showed you this yarn last week or last episode, but for some reason I put 5 double crochets here instead of 3. It's not really noticeable unless you like are a crocheter probably, but it doesn't bother me. So there's a little bandana for her. And yeah. Oh, and I'm wearing my bandana that I made. It was a finished object for the last episode, and this is in also Mace of Skeins yarn in the Moon and Yarn colorway. I also am wearing my Salty Air Tee, which is a design by Samantha Guerin, and this is in Wanderluck fibers in the colorway Daylily. Look at me remembering stuff. Okay. My last finished object, I finished this last night. I finished the bandana today, but this has not been fully blocked. This is my Miserina, and this is in Crafted by the Fates Nowhere News as the main colorway. It's from her Courage the Cowardly Dog collection, and then the contrast colorway is Leftover Spin Cycle Dyed in the Wool that I had in the colorway Love Spell, and that is leftover from my Alpenglow. I have been buying a lot of yarn, as you guys saw in last episode if you watched it, but I have also been knitting from stash a lot, so I don't think I'm going to continue doing my stash down because I actually really enjoy having a big stash to pick from, and like none of these are things that I bought to go together. You'll see in my whip that I'm going to show you for my Tesselated, I didn't buy those for that project. I didn't buy them to go together. I got them all for separate reasons, and I ended up getting really inspired when I found a project I wanted, digging through my stash and putting different colors together and swatching in colors that I didn't end up going with. Same thing for this one. So, that's my little bead progress keeper. That's where I was last time. So I knit some more inches on the body, and then I picked up and knit the sleeves. The sleeves, it is recommended to do some decreasing before you do the ribbing, but I know that is not good for me, so that might be over there. So I ended up not doing any decreasing and just doing the ribbing and doing, I like to do a half Jenny suppression. Man, I'm having trouble talking today. I like doing a half Jenny surprisingly stretchy bind off, which means I only do it every other stitch. And I find I don't get too much flaring that way. I did the same thing on the body. So the body is actually bound off in rib, whereas this one has some stock in it before. So in ribbing, I only do it on knit stitches. Yeah, I'm really excited to block this. This is going to be really wearable for over dresses or with skirts. It is cropped, but I think it's a really flattering crop on me because I do have a short torso. My Miserina, I absolutely love it. I really like the fit, and I'm already wanting to make another one, kind of. But I think I'll cast on for like tops. Next thing I'll cast on is probably going to be a Love Note in black because wearable. So yes, my other finished object. And yeah, I don't think I had this last time. I think I just had a bunch of squares to show you, but I have crocheted another row on my crochet blanket, my granny square blanket. So this top row with the moon and yarn color is the newest row, and that is the row I was adding a bunch of minis for my advent. There's some in the row before it too, but there we go. So we're 4 rows deep now. I was 2 squares short and being able to make another row, so I'll be able to do another row now, but I don't have enough for 2 rows. This is mostly scraps, but also I am using some mini skeins because I realized I'm going to need a lot of squares to make a full blanket, and I'm joining it with Pretty Twisted Yarns Don't Fear the Reaper, and I have a little rainbow stitch marker holding my last stitch. I'm using a continuous join method. There's a couple good videos, but one I really like is TL Yarn Crafts. I think that's who it's by. So there's that. And then my last whip, I've just been like closing out projects, so I don't have a lot going on. I do have a couple that I like haven't touched in a while, but we won't talk about those. Next is my Tesselated. And ooh, my stitches are falling off. Alright, no they're not, but they're going to. They're about to. Let's see if I have stitch stoppers around here. Yeah, I do. Okay, make sure none have fallen off. Alright, so, oh, stickers. No, this is all no. So this is my Tesselated. And this is the Rhinebeck pattern for this year. I'm knitting the Tesselated Pullover. I do have some yarn picked out that I wouldn't mind making a Tesselated vest out of, but one thing at a time. So the little Pearl Progress Keeper is where I was last time. It is a lot of ribbing. It's 3 inches of ribbing, so that took me a while. I didn't pick this up. I wanted to get further on my Miserina and start the crochet bandana first before I really got serious about this. So I started working on this again on Monday, and it is Friday. I haven't worked on it today. But I was only 5 rows in last episode, so I knit all the ribbing this week, and I just started the actual mosaic knitting yesterday. yesterday afternoon. And right now my contrast color is really close to my main color, but it is going to turn pink and be very different. So it's already changing to a different color right now, but one of the plies is currently like the same color as my main color. I am knitting this in Moonglow Yarn Co. DK. It's the pattern calls for sport, but I sized up my needles and knitting a size smaller than I normally would. I did gauge swatch. My gauge swatch is right here. I don't know if you can see that, but I am going with a different fluff. So yes, I'm knitting this in Moonglow Yarn Co. DK. I think it's 100% merino. It's a deep emeraldy green, foresty green, I don't know. And then my contrast color 1 is this. This is Spin Cycle yarn. It's dyed in the wool, and I'm forgetting the name of the color. It is called Afterthought, and that was a birthday gift from my sister last year. She gave me 2 skeins of it. And then I'm also using why can't I think of it? Kid Silk Mohair, colorway Pistachio Ice Cream. It's the affordable Kid Silk Mohair that everybody gets. Drops Kid Silk Mohair. So yes, and that's how it's looking. I really like it. I'm glad I decided to go with this green that I had in stash instead of the purple fluff, because I don't know, something about this just wasn't quite looking right. I think maybe the green is too warm toned for me to like that. For some reason in my head, the green was like a little bit deeper and cooler when I was picking that yarn. So yeah, that's all I have for whips. I do have a sewing whip. I'm currently, I'll show you guys the fabric because I cut out a bunch of fabric really unevenly. This is the fabric I'm using. It's from Blackbird Fabrics. It's a viscose linen noil, and this is the colorway Wisteria. And I am sewing the Penny Pinafore by Sew Liberated because I want to have a bunch of me-made clothes for Rhinebeck weekend. I don't really need a bunch because I'm only planning to go to Wool and Folk on Friday and New York Sheep and Wool Festival on Saturday, so I only need 2 outfits really, but I want to make a bunch of stuff. So I cut out the pattern and all the fabric 2 weeks ago and have not touched it because I have a hard time reading Sew Liberated patterns. I don't know if it's the way they're formatted or the fact that it's a PDF that I'm looking at. I didn't print the instructions, but I just have a hard time with them for some reason. It's like I read it and I look at it and then I'm like, what did I just look at? Whereas I feel like I do have a hard time following sewing patterns in general, but I do feel like it's worse. I think it might be that it's electronic. So I'm hoping to get working on that this weekend. And then I guess I'll move on to acquisitions. The first is this Lock Knit project bag. It has like quilt batting in it. I really like the squishiness, which I didn't think I would. So it gives it a little bit of structure, but it gives it a nice squish, unlike just interfacing. So it's kind of cool. It's got a really cute pink lining, and it has like crochet and knit projects and macrame or weaving projects on the outside. Very cute. I love the colors. It's really fall, and I bought this from Moon and Yarn Craft Room. Bree, the owner of Moon and Yarn Craft Room, is working on getting a bunch of her products listed online, but in the meantime, I did just see this in one of her stories and DM'd her and asked her if I could please buy it, and she worked with me and shipped it out to me super quickly. So I just wanted to mention that if you guys see businesses online, especially if there's like mostly probably if they're small businesses, but maybe reach out to them if there's something that you would like and they might be able to work with you, which is really cool. It was super nice of her. So yes, Got my cool lock knits bag from the lovely Bree at Moon and Yarn Craft Room. But I love this fabric. Okay, next. Next is more Mace of Skeins yarn, because I'm currently apparently working on getting a Mace of Skeins slash chromatic yarn slash crafted by the fates slash knitting nikabi stash. So we're working on it. If I could get some pretty twisted yarns in there, that'd be cool. I basically have cast on all my pretty twisted yarns right when I got it, so. But this is Mace of Skeins, and this is on her new spade base, which is an 85-15. 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. And it's really, really soft. It feels like the Hypnotic Yarn Yarnable base, which I have said before I absolutely love. It's like one of the softest sock yarns that I've felt, and it was one of the reasons that I was sad to cancel the box, even though I didn't necessarily want to work with the colors I was getting. So yes, I'm really happy that Mace of Skeins is going to start carrying this base, and this is just, I mean, it's greens, which is my favorite. I love minty greens and I love chartreuses, so it's combining that. This is the colorway Mojito, by the way. She did I forget what the collection was called, but it's drink themed, and she still has some of it, so go check out Mace of Skeins website. And I think she's having I don't know if it's a public sale or not, but new base, who dis? Yeah, this is a colorway Mojito. Has these green, limey, minty specks, these splashes of lime. Fantastic, gorgeous. I think I'll probably make a t-shirt out of this because it's so cute. What I want really is this Miserina, just like this, except with just lace all over and no color work in the yoke. Not because I don't like the color work in the yoke, but because I have a lot of fun colors that I would like to have this in, like a whole fun color, and then I feel like the color work wouldn't pop that much. That's all. And last acquisition is more Blackbird Fabrics fabric, and this is Prism Check yarn dyed linen in the colorway Rainbow. Here it is. It's glorious. I love rainbow. There's another side of it so you can see. And I think I'm gonna make another estuary skirt in this. This is really, really nice. I really love the material. I love the colors. I'm obsessed with them. I think I saw Tashi at Stitches and Starlight make like a shirt out of this. I saw someone make a shirt out of it, and it made me really want the fabric, and I want a skirt out of it, which is part of why I want to make a black love note so I can wear it with this. So estuary skirt would be cool. I have some buttons I might use with this. I haven't looked at them next to it though, so let me grab them. Are these too crazy? Let's see. Oh, sorry for the sounds. Is that too much? Maybe, maybe not. Can you guys see that? Is that too much? If so, I have some other more plain buttons, or I could just get more buttons, but let me know. I should work on my sewing so I can get started on that, but my sister has asked me if I want to play video games, so what am I gonna do? Avoid the sewing. I don't hate sewing, but it's just hard for me to get started. Oh, do you guys want to see my color options for a Tesselated vest, which I might make with like not a ton of positive ease and use it kind of more as a tank top? Let me see. Okay, so this is all things I bought for other stuff or leftovers. So first off is the Moondrake Fua Fua. And this is what I bought for my Tesselated pullover, but ended up not liking. But it's really nice and I want to use it. I was thinking about making a Ghost Whisperer with it, but it turns out that's not the most wearable thing in my brain. I have a hard time layering it. And then this is little wing fibers, something from the Shoujo Hero collection. And this is a 100% merino fingering base. And I had this kicked up and started knitting something with it and ripped it out. Spoiler, it was my Alpenglow last year. And then this is, I have more of it. This isn't it. I have a whole untouched skein. This is Spin Cycle Nocturne in the colorway Moonflower. And this is the color I knit my Illuminate with, which I might sell. I've bought handmade stuff from people through Instagram stories, so I don't know why it feels so weird to me. I'll get my Illuminate and show you, and you guys let me know what you think. So here it is. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it a lot. I did not gauge swatch, and I did not know this. I think this was probably like my second or third garment that I feel like was kind of legit, and I didn't understand ease really, and I didn't know that Andrea Mowry's sleeves are tight. So I didn't gauge swatch. I think I should have sized up a needle for the color work and the sleeves. So as beautiful as this is, and as much as I want to wear it, I love the really subtle variegation of the main color. Like, look at this ribbing. It's perfect. Look at this color. Amazing. So I really would like to wear this. However, it is so tight in my arms that it's like almost unbearable. And I just want it to be appreciated, I guess. Like, no shade to my sister. Like, I wanted to give it to her, and she said it's beautiful, but like, honestly, it's not really her style. And I appreciate her honesty. She's not a somewhat fancy looking sweater type of gal, which I didn't mean for this to be as fancy looking as it is, but it does look kind of fancy with the color choice, I think. But it's really wearable in these colors. I don't know, I love it, and it's so nice, and I've never really gotten to wear it just because I put it on and I feel like I don't know, it's just tight. It's really tight. Like, in this part, like, the yoke needed to be just bigger in general, especially like an inch longer maybe, and then it's so tight in the arms. So yeah, and I have a couple other things, but this is like the nicest thing that I feel like I would have to sell. It's sad, but I want it to be worn, you know? But this is in Spin Cycle, Nocturne, Moonflower, and then Magpie Fibers Feather. Ooh, I am blanking on the name of the color. The gray. Magpie Feather. I don't know, honestly. I have a project page on Ravelry. I can link it, I guess. But yeah. Someone with like a 34-inch bust or something, this would probably fit really well on someone with not big arms. That is actually all I have for you guys, so it's a pretty quick episode, I think. I don't actually know what time it is or how long it's been, but yeah, I've been making a lot of resin dice lately, so I don't have a ton of things to share with you guys right now. If you do want to see resin dice, I have a dice page that I started on Instagram called Inedible Dice. I feel like I didn't say that clearly. Inedible Dice. So yes, but until next time, bye.